Shalom, Yasharala. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem and Kakadash. I want to give double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahweh Shai, pushing the truth across the four winds. And that's what I'm going to go into about the brothers laboring in the faith, man. The Most High has raised us up to teach the nations, teach the elect of our people and feed them with knowledge and wisdom. And when you come in this thing, man, you have to work on your craft. The Most High likened us to shepherds watching over a flock. He likened us to husbandmen watching over a vineyard. And he likened us to carpenters building a spiritual house. All right? And when you do these things, you have to work on your craft. You have to study. You have to read. All right? You have to learn how to navigate in the scriptures so you can teach others what you were taught. All right? Because the Most High say he disdains and he hates a slothful servant. He gives us this knowledge to be diligent with this knowledge. He gives us this knowledge to teach and do and maximize our potential. However many talents he gave us, he pours his spirit on brothers on different levels. But whatever he gave to you, he's looking forward to you to maximize your potential and gain fruit. All right? And gaining fruit is not just bringing in brothers to the faith. Gaining fruit is you're growing in the faith. All right? That you're growing in the scriptures. All right? That's what gaining fruit is. That you're becoming a new man. I'm going to start off with one of my favorite scriptures. This is Colossians 1:9. This is what gaining fruit is. All right? And being fruitful. All right? For this, Colossians 1:9, for this cause we also, since the day we heard of it, do not cease to pray for you. All right? Paul is talking about new brothers that came into the faith. And this is what he prayed that they get. And to desire that you might be filled with the knowledge of his will and all wisdom and spiritual understanding. That's what you call being fruitful. All right? When you grow in the knowledge of his will, and the Most High gives you all wisdom and spiritual understanding, all right, you're supposed to go teach it to others. All right? You're supposed to go teach that knowledge base to others. All right? And bless others with that wisdom that you've learned. That's what you call being fruitful. All right? That you may walk worthily of Yahweh unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of Yahweh. See, when you increase in the knowledge of Yahweh, that's what you call being fruitful. All right? When you learning these precepts, when you change, when you having a lifestyle change because of these scriptures. All right? And the only way you're going to do that is by applying yourself. This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, and it reads, all right? You have to study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh. All right, so you have to be approved before the Most High and to get delivered out of America, you have to read this word. Christians don't read the word. All they do is regurgitate what they've heard Pastor Pokechop say. Pastor Pokechop don't even read the word. All right? If you're a man of the law, you know these scriptures. You're studying these scriptures to show yourself approved unto the Most High. First Corinthians, the second chapter say, we have the mind of Yahushua. All right, Yahushua is the word. So for you to have the mind of Yahushua, that means you have to read his word. Okay? Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right, for you to rightly divide the word of truth, you have to read the word. You have to study the word. Okay? Because if you go out there and teach, or you go out there regurgitating what you heard somebody say, and somebody asks you a certain question, you will be ashamed, man. You go out there and teach, and somebody come up there, and you just regurgitate a precept you got, but you don't even know what that whole chapter is about, because that's what we tell younger brothers, man. You don't just jot down precepts, all right? When you get a precept, and it goes to a topic that you're bringing up, you still got to know what that whole chapter is talking about. You don't just get the precept from that chapter, and you don't even know what that chapter is talking about. You could get ashamed that way, okay? So you have to read Yahweh Shema Shai's word and grow in his word without to get this all spiritual understanding. You have to apply yourself. You have to labor. All right, labor is learning his word, learning his doctrine. Okay? Since I'm in Timothy, I'm going to go to 1 Timothy. This 1 Timothy 4 and 13. And this is what you have to do. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. All right? You have to read to learn this doctrine, man. All right? You have to apply yourself. When you look at these doctors, these lawyers, all right, these people, judges, so on and so forth, they go to college and they read their asses off, man. They got to study their asses off to get those diplomas and those accolades. Although they're vain, and they're going to be burnt with vermin heat, they have to apply themselves, man. All right? It's the same thing with Yahweh Shema Shai's work. You have to apply yourself. All right? You have to read. You got to study. You got to do it daily. You have to give attendance to reading daily. All right? And if you're not doing that, you're not being a diligent servant. Okay? This is our job. This is our business. Let me get there. This is a business. For you to run a business, man, and to get a business flourishing, you got to apply yourself. This 1 Corinthians 3 and 9. For we are laborers together with Yahweh. You are Yahweh's husband. You are Yahweh's building. According to the grace of Yahweh, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, a laborer, I have laid the foundation and another builder thereon. Let every man take heed how he buildeth thereon. And you got to take heed. You don't just get on that mug, getting a hammer and a nail and slamming the hammer and a nail where it don't need to go. Okay? You don't get on their highways and vain jangle and just start reciting what you heard another brother say, but you can't break down what you heard the brother say with grace. All right? You got to study to show yourself approved, man. All right? The elders of Great Millstone laid the foundation. We build their own. The way we build their own, you got to first get built up to a level. All right? You got to study to show thyself approved. All right? You don't just go out there saying what you look at the videos and hear what the elders say, but you don't read the chapters that they read. You don't learn the breakdowns. All right? You don't learn the history and learn how to funnel history through those scriptures. All right? You got to grow. You have to grow in this thing, man. If you're not growing, I looked at a video where Elder Tahar said, I think he put the video up today. But anywhere it go, if he put it up today or yesterday, he said, but if you got guys out here and they going 2 weeks without putting up videos, man, it's a telltale sign they may not be able to lay. All right? You got to be, like this scripture say, man, we are laborers together with Yahweh. You got to be diligent. Our great king was diligent. All right? And for you to be diligent, you have to read. You got to study. Hey, this is what you have to do. Let me get that precept. This is Acts 17 and 11. This is the answer right here. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica. So for you to be noble, the Most High shows you what you have to be a noble man. All right? If you want to be a noble man, this is what you have to do. In that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and search the scriptures daily. You got to read this word daily. All right? You have to read it daily, whether those things were so. All right? You have to study and learn this word daily. All right? This is what makes us immortal amongst immortals when we get this knowledge and we grow off of this knowledge. All right? Because when the Most High, when you pray to him, like, when I was mesmerized when I first saw the prophets because I wasn't a Bible thumping Christian. Like I used to apply myself as a Christian. Like that's how we could run circles around Christians. Because when I was a Christian, I read my Bible. I wasn't just there at church listening what pastors say. I literally read my Bible in my spare time. I had read the Bible a couple times over as a Christian, but you don't understand nothing because a man have to teach you. You don't understand what you're reading, all right? So when you come to this faith and a man teaches you this doctrine and you start studying, that's how you become a mortal amongst mortals, man, okay? That's how you become the Salakia, immortal amongst mortals. This knowledge is what makes us immortals. But for you to become immortal, let me get this. You have to read diligently. And here we go. This is Hebrews 5:12. For when the time for the time ye ought to be teachers, become immortals. Okay? Because teachers are immortals, man. You got this doctrine of life, you can write and divide, and you can tell a person they lie. You can tell them if they're gonna die, if they're gonna live. All right? You can tell the future. You can tell them what's gonna happen to America. You can tell them what's gonna happen to the nations. Okay? When you rightly divide the scripture and you live according to this word, the Most High pour his spirit on you. You are immortal. All right? The teachers are immortals. All right? The elect of the teachers, okay? You have need that one teach you again. You have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become as such as need of milk and not of strong meat. See, in this truth, you got to grow. All right, babies drink milk. For you to get on strong meat, you got to apply yourself, man. For you to get on meat, you have to apply yourself. Just hang around the brothers and put meat on the grill and chilling around in your spare time. You doing everything but working on your craft, man. The Most High not dealing with that. The Most High spew you out of his mouth for you being lukewarm. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness. You don't want to be in this thing years and unskillful. All right, that's how you become ashamed. That's what the scripture means in First Timothy means 2 Timothy, the second chapter. How you be a workman and you become ashamed, man. When you've been in years and you're unskillful. All right, you don't know basic things. So when you have a self-analysis of yourself and see that you're not on the level you're supposed to be on, you're supposed to seek your Habashim Shai 10 times harder. Because he's no respecter of persons. If he give another brother the spirit to grow, he'll do it for you. He does it for every brother, all right? For he is a babe, but strong meat belongeth to them that are full age. Strong meat comes to the brother that applies himself, that reads daily, that gives attendance to reading, all right? Even those who by reason even those by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. All right. So when you grow in this faith, you exercise your senses when you grow in the faith, when you grow in the spirit. That's how your senses get exercised. All right. When you can navigate the scriptures, rightly divide the scriptures, and you apply it to yourself. All right. You know what to do. You know what's going off, and you know what's well pleasing to the Most High. That happens through reading and studying. All right. This is Revelation 1 verse 3, and it reads, blessed is he that readeth. All right. The Most High say the man that readeth is blessed, because the man that readeth puts on your Hawashai as weapons of war. All right. Wisdom is a defense. When you go into that scripture in Ephesians, I think that's the 6th chapter, where it say, put on the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith. All right, that's put on your Hawashai's word. All right, and the way you do that is by reading. All right, that's how you put on those weapons of war. So blessed is the man that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written therein. So you got to study. Blessed is the man that studieth, for the time is at hand. For the time is at hand that the Most High is going to deliver those men that have that spiritual mark. And that spiritual mark in Ezekiel 9 is this doctrine. All right, when you read Revelation, the 14th chapter, when they talk about nobody can learn this song but the 144,000, that's the song. Read this word and learn this doctrine. That's the song. That's the song. Okay? So with that, Lord willing to sit down was edifying to the hearers. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem and Karkadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to my fellow labors in Yahweh Shai. Kwam Yasharala Abba Abba.